beavercountyradio.com.
It's time to wake up and get driving in the fast lane here on Beaver County Radio. It's the morning show that talks about what's happening in the news, locally, regionally, and nationally. There's also music to get you started for the day, and Curtis Walsh will have the news. It's all brought to you by Patriot Home Care. And now, here is the host of the show, Frank Sparks.
It is 8:12 in Beaver County. Thank you for tuning in this morning. And joining me now from the AAUW, it's about that time of year where the kitchen tour is coming up. Vicki Scott, who is the chairman, and Deb Newton, co-president, are in this morning. And Vicki and Deb, good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning, Frank.
Thanks for coming in this morning. I'm looking forward to hearing about this. I know each and every year you guys come up with a pretty cool houses to go in and look. And I went one year a long time ago. My favorite thing was the food. You know, sampling as you went around and things like that. So I was like, hey, yeah, I'll go. I don't care. As long as they're feeding me, I'm good to go. So tell us a little bit, first off, we'll start with you, Vicki. Tell us a little bit about the kitchen tour itself, when it's happening this year.
So the tickets are presently on sale at the Hostess Shop in Beaver. The cost is $20 per ticket. The day of the event, you can get them at the marketplace at Dutch Ridge Elementary School for $25. So we still have the marketplace at Dutch Ridge Elementary where we have a bake sale, gently used accessory sale, vendors, and our raffle baskets. The event is September 28th. The Dutch Ridge Marketplace is open from 9:30 to 3, and our home tours will start at 10:30 and also conclude at 3. We have 4 houses on the tour this year.
Wow. So, Deb, this has turned into something a lot bigger over the years and has turned into more like a all-day event compared to what it used to be.
Yes, you mentioned the food. Mm-hmm. My husband in particular say, well, why would I want to go? That's a girl thing. Well, it's not just a girl thing. I see a lot of men on the tour. They enjoy what the chefs prepare. There's a chef in each of the homes preparing a sample of their fare. And then the marketplace, there's certainly a lot of vendors there that men can be attracted to as well. And it supports our scholarships. Through the years, we've been having this. From 1987 to 2001, we did not do the kitchen tour. And at that time, we were able to raise approximately $8,000 through those years for 16 scholarships. The kitchen tour began in 2002. And in the past 22 years, we've given out 104 scholarships worth $158,000.
Wow.
These scholarships range from the high school senior girls, and there have been 107 of those given out for a value of $145,500. We've also given a scholarship to a girl in her second year of law school. We've given 8 of those out for a total of $15,500. And we also give a student at CCBC a $1,000 scholarship each, and we've given out 5 of those.
Wow, that's crazy.
So we really appreciate the support that Beaver County and actually the surrounding communities around Beaver County to this event.
So what does AAUW stand for?
American Association of University Women.
Okay.
And that started in 1881 by a group of women, and that included Marion Talbot. She was the Dean of College of Women at the University of Chicago, and also Ellen Swallow Richard. She was the first woman to earn a degree in chemistry and a leader in the field of home economics. Here in Beaver County, it was organized in 1930, so our 100-year anniversary is coming up for Beaver County.
Wow, that's crazy. Vicki, we'll start with you on this. So what made you want to be part of the AAUW?
I recently retired, and I knew about all the activities that this particular branch is a very rich branch. We do a lot of things like book club, and we have programs every month, and of course the kitchen tour. I had been a patron on the kitchen tour. So I've only been a member 2 years.
Okay. What about you, Deb?
I've been a member for 10 years, and for me, it's the aspect of continual learning. As Vicki mentioned, there are a lot of opportunities for women in this group through the programs that we offer each month at our monthly meetings. There's also what we call interest groups that range from gardening, investment group, the antique group. We have a new group now for it's attracting a lot of younger college graduates that it's called After Hours for fun activities. I think they went to the escape room in Center Township recently.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. Also, the 3 book groups, cultural events that we attend as a group. So it's a great opportunity to keep learning.
Looking at the kitchen tour this year, what are the 4 houses?
Well, Frank, we talked about this before we started today. It's interesting that between 4 houses, we have architectural, a span of over 200 years. Felicity Bed and Breakfast, the original 4 houses there, the original 4 rooms of that building were built in 1786. And the most recent house on Glenfield was completed in 2023. In between, we have a Victorian that the homeowners are still researching, but it was built on or before 1900. And then we have another home off of Sebring in Brighton Township that was built in the 1990s. All of them have new kitchens, and it's just fun.
So how do you pick what houses are going to be part of the kitchen tour each year?
It varies. Okay. Of course, this year was my first. So 3 of the houses, the homeowners actually volunteered their homes while attending the kitchen tour last year. And then Anne at Felicity Bed and Breakfast, Felicity Farms Bed and Breakfast, she's been on the tour before, but it's such a crowd pleaser. And our other co-president was picking up a gift certificate for the raffles, and Ann said, it's about time for me to be on the tour again. So that's how it happened.
What can they expect for the day? I mean, what time does everything get underway on the 28th, and take us through what the day will be?
You can start at the Dutch Ridge Elementary School for our marketplace at 9:30. We have an hour where the houses aren't on the tour yet, so you can do some of your shopping and then go. And then the house tours will start at 10:30, and then the marketplace and the houses are open till 3. So you've got 5 stops to do. And Deb said, each house does have a chef at it that's offering a bite or a tasting. And then at 3 o'clock, we close down the raffle room and draw the chances for what right now is almost 50 baskets. And we'll call all the winners so the people can pick up their baskets from 3:30 to 6 that day.
So it sounds like you got pretty much a full day planned for everybody that day. When it comes to the chefs, how do you pick? Does the homeowner pick the chef, or is it specific chefs that you guys pick?
Likewise, what happened, and this was easier for me this year, we had folks that were contacted last year who couldn't do the kitchen tour last year, and they asked that I reach out to them this year. And 3 of the 4 chefs, that was the case. And then I had heard about Andrea over in New Brighton, because I used to live over in New Brighton, and I asked her. So we look at it based on who we've been, who we've patronized, and that type of thing.
Okay. We're visiting this morning with Deb Newton, who's co-president of the AAUW here in Beaver County, as well as Vicki Scott, who's chairman. And we're talking about the AAUW Kitchen Tour that is happening on September the 28th. It'll be between 10:30 and 3 will be when they visit the homes. Lots of different activities going. What are some of the vendors and different things you have set up that'll be at the Dutch Ridge Elementary School?
We have our renowned bake sale, which our members make home-baked goods. We'll have gently used accessory sale. And then the vendors, we've got several vendors this year. Trades of Hope, Homemade Doll Clothes by Sylvia Novak, Tastefully Simple, Stephanie Gailey, Ultimate Cloth, Have a Seat with Gretchen, and it goes on from there. There's approximately 14 vendors that'll be set up in the cafeteria. And then additionally, this year, we also have a food truck. Kretschmeyer's Goodies to Go will be there to serve lunch and coffee and goodies throughout the day. And we have a book signing.
I guess we were talking about the chefs. I should ask you the chefs' names because I didn't ask you.
Oh, okay. So the 19th hole has John, and they're serving pulled pork and coleslaw.
Okay.
Beyond Parsley with Joe is serving pita wedges, vegetables, and dip.
All right, you're batting 1,000 so far.
Yep. The Threadbare Cider House with their executive chef, Sherry, is going to be serving a seasonal appetizer. Their menu changes every quarter, so we may get an opportunity to have a brand new menu item before it actually is served at this restaurant.
Oh, that's cool.
And Andrea is serving cabbage rolls, and she's with PJ's Deli and Catering.
And I will tell you this, those cabbage rolls kick rear end, that's for sure.
And she let me know it's her grandmother's recipe.
Oh, yeah. I get hers all the time. They're very good. So, all right. So, book signing. Who's the author that's doing the book signing?
Julie Limpak, and it's her new book, children's book called Wild at Heart.
Well, that's different. Okay, recap for me on tickets, how they can get tickets, what the cost is, and anything else you think that we might need to add in.
So, tickets are available again at the Hostess Shop in Beaver. Their cost of $20. The day starts at 9:30 at the Dutch Ridge Elementary School and concludes at 6 if you've won a basket. Can you think of anything else, Deb?
One element is that individuals can join at the kitchen tour at AAUW at a discounted rate. Okay. So for, I think it's $53, they can join at that time. Otherwise, it would be $80, the dues. And again, we support many activities that are done nationally through AAUW to support women by advancing opportunities for them to pursue not only higher education, but also legislation to help gender equity. So those monies help support those things.
All right. Well, tell us about when it comes to the AAUW. If someone does want to be a member, you talk about discounted. What are some of the things they can expect if they want to join and become a member? Because everybody, I mean, these clubs are always looking for new members to be a part of, to be able to pass the torch. I know you talked about some ways to inspire younger people to join, but how can you be part of it?
Right now we stand at 78 members. And another activity that we do through the course of the year is in the spring, we have what we call Girls Recognition Night. This is where we reach out to all the high schools in Beaver County and charter schools, and we ask the guidance counselors to nominate a girl in the 8th grade who is doing an outstanding work in both math and or science. So those girls are recognized, and we usually have that event at CCBC. And this one of the scholarship winners this past year actually was one of those 8th grade girls that was recognized 4 years prior.
So what are some of the activities throughout the year that the AAUW does?
Well, one of the groups that I chair is the garden group. We've gone to see beekeepers. We went out to the Stan Hewitt facility in Akron, Ohio, and that's where Goodrich, the founding member partner, built this home and the gardens there. We toured that. The antiques groups, they do various activities where they go visit museums of that nature. And investment groups, they study Bitcoins, you name it, those things. There's 3 book groups that these people can belong to. And in addition to all these activities, it's just being with these other women and learning and networking for opportunities.
All right, sounds good. How can they get, if somebody would like to get more information or become a part of your group, how can they do that?
They can go to our website. It is Beaver Valley, one word, -pa.aauw.net.
Okay. trying to think if there's anything else here. I'm checking stuff out on your website as we're talking.
Well, thank you for reminding us that we do some really wonderful things. I am a member of the Antiques Group, so in addition to going to museums, etc., we get together and research a different type of antique.
Oh, that's cool.
So one event that we did this year was we researched teacups. So everybody kind of brought what they thought was their oldest teacup, and we learned how to do that.
That's cool. So sounds like fun. So, all right, real quick, where can they get tickets again? I know we recapped it a couple times, but we want to make sure people are getting tickets.
Yes, Hostess Shop in Beaver. The cost is $20, and you'll also be able to pick them up the day of at Dutch Ridge, and there's the cost is $25.
All right, and there's plenty of parking at the school there?
Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah,
right.
It's great to think about carpooling with friends, park at the school, and then cycle back, because you are in residential neighborhoods touring the houses.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Sounds like it's going to be fun. It's always good. Lots of good food. I like the food part. That's my favorite part. And then you know what happens when you're a husband and you go on that tour, don't you?
You have to make something.
Well, you get the honey-do list, Oh, well, that kitchen had that, and this kitchen had that. Think you can do that in our kitchen? So it's a fun day, though. I enjoyed it when I did it. So, well, thanks again for coming in. And again, that's September the 28th. It's a Saturday. Enjoy, and we'll talk to you again soon, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, coming up, we have more. We have Dr. Sean Ritchie at the bottom of the hour after Curtis comes in and does news here on WBVP and 99.3 FM.
Your hometown radio station. You're listening live from the Fried Transportation Studios, Beaver County Radio.